Hello and welcome to another episode of Y'all Are Crazy. We're excited to be back with you guys today. It is thundering and raining outside. So if you hear a loud boom, it's thunder.
Yeah. And this is what, part 2 of Q&A?
This is part 2. So we got so many questions. We answered some of them last time, but we wanted to take another filming to answer some more because we want to get through some of these.
Yeah.
I tried to pick questions that we also get asked regularly, so we have a little more experience on how to answer them. So jumping right back in, these are a mixture of family and business and ranch questions. We answered some questions already on investment properties, but we did get more about our Airbnbs. Oh. We'll probably do a separate podcast on our Airbnbs because I do think there's a lot to talk about. I do get asked a lot from people who say, I think I'll just turn my rental property into an Airbnb. No big deal.
Right.
Like for people who want to get into this, like this one says, I really want to own an Airbnb property. It looks really fun. You guys make it look like such a fun and easy thing to do. Like, what do you recommend?
Yeah. You better buckle up because it is, a lot of people think you just put it on Airbnb and it's like, it's, I don't know, like an easy button, you know? And it couldn't be further from the truth. I always tell people, you have to have the understanding that you're opening a hotel business.
Yes, that is very true.
Imagine opening a one-house hotel. And what do hotels have to do? Serve people, clean, prepare, take customer service calls, take customer complaints, try to make people happy, all of it.
Yeah, and we've learned a lot running Airbnbs. Like I said, we're going to do a whole podcast on this. For now, short answer, you need to understand that it is a business of its own.
Right.
We did Airbnbs a few years ago and didn't do them well and got out of it.
Right.
Now I feel like we've got it like a well-oiled machine and we actually enjoy it. They can help you make a lot more income than a traditional rental property can.
Right.
But you do need to understand it is its own business. It is not just something you put in Airbnb or VRBO, push the easy button and forget about it.
No.
Some important things to note is you have got to have a good cleaner. And if it's not you, you need to hire one. Mm-hmm. I am not our full-time cleaner, do not want to be. You have to have a great cleaner. But you also have to realize you are the owner. And if that property needs to get cleaned, you sometimes might have to be it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a full-blown business, and you have to understand that. And you got to be able to respond to guests. They might message you at 9 o'clock at night, you know, and you got to respond.
And that is something we do. Our assistant is also in there with us as a co-host. So right. there are both of us and her. So she can answer things too. But like, it's us.
Yeah.
We are responding to guests. Like, and people ask me, how do you guys have time to do that? Well, you just do it.
You just do it.
It's just part of it.
You could also hire a company to manage it for you. That might take 25 to 50% of the revenue to do that. Depends on what all you hire them to do.
If it's a vacation home and you don't live there, you're probably going to need to do that.
And if you buy one in a vacation destined area, there's companies that'll manage them for you. And so that's a lot more hands off. But if you're talking somewhere locally that's not a vacation destination, there's not as many companies to choose from that'll manage it.
Mm-hmm. And we actually like it. One of my favorite things I've discovered is setting up a home. So actually setting up a home, giving it a theme, like that is one of my passions. I love it.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. But I always tell people this too, who are like, I'll just clean it myself. Oh, really? Well, you work a full-time job.
Right.
How are you going to be the full-time cleaner? Because these properties, you can set your own check-in, check-out time. But traditionally, guests check out at 11 a.m. and they check, did I say that right? Check out at 11 a.m., check in at 4 p.m. So properties have to be cleaned between 11 and 4.
Right.
Are you going to be able to clean it every day between 11 and 4?
Right.
Or when it's booked?
And if you decide that you're just going to shut your calendar off because you can't, or you want 2 night minimums or different, you got to know and understand you might not get as much bookings, which then you won't make as much money.
Airbnb will not show your property to as many guests if you put restrictions, if you block nights, if you have check-in and out times that are weird.
Right.
So just know that it is a business. It is something you have to take seriously, and talk to some Airbnb owners before you decide to make that.
Yeah, it is very rewarding, but you got to understand what you're getting into.
Absolutely.
And most severely underestimate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. This is more for me, but you can answer some things too. How do you work while also raising kids and running a household? I am currently drowning in laundry and kids' schedules. So how do you manage to work on top of that?
Yeah. You wrote a book about that.
I did. Plug.
There you go.
It's called Raising a Business and Babies. It's on Amazon. You can get that directly on Amazon. So I wrote that when I think we had 4 children. I actually wrote that book while we had 4 children. I was working, and I would stay up until like midnight or 1 a.m. writing this book.
Yeah.
Just to get it done, because I just felt like such a strong desire to get it out there.
Yeah. Well, how are you going to, you can answer that one first.
So for me, like one of my friends posted this the other day, and I just thought it was so beautiful. She said she felt called to have babies and to lead people and run a business, and God called her to carry both. And she's pregnant with her 6th right now. And that's how I feel. I feel like for me, God has called me to be a mom to many children and to run businesses and lead people. Like, that's not everyone's calling. That is my calling. And I think he's entrusted me with that and given me the abilities and the skill sets to do both. Is it hard? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. As we've already established, hard does not equal bad.
Right.
For me, I feel very fulfilled having a career. I love helping our family earn money, obviously. I love getting to help people. I just feel like I'm using my God-given skill set. However, I love being a mom, and I love getting to base my schedule around my kids. I loved last night, our kids around the dinner table said something that they love about the person sitting next to them. Our 11-year-old son, Bowen, was in the middle of us. He said, "Dad, I love that you provide for our family, teach me how to be a man. You're a good leader. You work hard." And he looked at me and he's like, "Mom, I love that you take care of us." Mm-hmm. Now, our kids both, they all know how hard we work, and they know that mom works too. They all get that. They know their mom does real estate. They've grown up with it their whole lives. But I love that when he looks at me, he's like, "I love that you take care of us."
Right.
That just meant a lot to me, because I'm like, as hard as I work and as much as I do I make money for our family. Mm-hmm. When he looks at me, he's like, "I love that you take care of us."
Right.
Because I'm there when they get home from school every day. I'm there to put them on the bus every morning. I don't miss games. I cook supper every night. Many of them were like, "I love that you cook supper for us every night."
Me too.
And you make chocolate chip muffins. At Barlow last night was like, "Mom, everything you make is the best." I'm like, that's sweet. So I just think you have to realize that God gave you the capacity to do both, and just quit thinking that it's hard, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do I hire some things done so that it frees more of my time? Yes. I do have a girl, she's 16. She comes in twice a week and she helps me with laundry.
Right.
She folds laundry. She puts it away for me. While she's there, she vacuums. She takes out trash. She tidies up the kids' rooms for me. Huge blessing. Now, I pay her to do that. That is something we have made the decision to do as a family. That's like a budget item or whatever you want to call it. I pay her out of my business account. That is a business write-off. She's a family assistant to us. Mm-hmm. Find what you need help with. Maybe it's hiring a house cleaner to come and deep clean once a month. I've had that for many years. Right now, we're in a tiny house, so me and my daughter do that ourselves. When we get into our big house, I'll be hiring a house cleaner to come deep clean once a month. Find what your struggle is and hire some things out. Is it going to cost you money? Yes. Is it going to make you work harder to be able to pay for it? Also, yes. So do I do it all? No, I have help.
Well, I think what I would say is stop wasting money on things that don't matter and start spending it on stuff that does.
Buys back your time.
Buy back your time. There's plenty of moms that want a little part-time job, or 16-year-olds that are homeschooled that want a part-time job, and you can give them that job. They can come help you with your laundry, because that's what she asked, laundry. They can come help you with that. They can help keep your house clean, and you don't have to. It doesn't cost you that much when you look at it at the end of the month. I mean, I talk to people that say they don't have any money and bills are tight month to month, and then after the conversation continues, one of them goes to Starbucks every day. And that's just one bad decision, but it's every day. So there's got to be other bad decisions in there too. You can't tell me she can't cut the Starbucks out and then hire somebody to do her laundry. But people in today's society won't tell you that. They don't do that. But you need to think about what your goals are and then take actions to solve the problems that will allow you to get to your goals. And hiring some help like that will work. And then the kid schedule, I have no idea what your kid's schedule is, but you got to learn to say no. You knew I was going to say that. You got to say no. So there's things that people will try to get you to do all the time, and most people will say yes to every request that they get. And I would say if your schedule is too busy and it's running you around, you got to start saying no to some things.
Yeah, big thing for us, I don't know if we've said it on the podcast, is birthday parties. Our kids get invited to a lot of birthday parties. So we have always said no to most of these birthday parties. Our kids have some close friends that we will say yes to, but for the most part, we have to say no to most of those. It would take up too much of our time and too much away from family time. And then you're a taxi driver to birthday parties.
Yeah.
So most of that's a no. A lot of things are a no.
A lot of things are a no. So, and you just have to be okay with that, because if you said yes to everything, now you're not in control of your own life and you're running around with your hair on fire, and that's not worth it. So there's power in saying no. Yeah.
So just going back to the question, like how do you work while raising kids? Yes, you can do it. Does that mean you need to go work a 9-to-5 office job? Maybe not. But there are plenty of ways you can make money and help provide for your family and enjoy what you're doing. You just have to take initiative, be intentional, determine what you want, and then just work hard, because it's not going to be easy, but you can do it.
Right.
Next question. My kids fight so much. How can I get them to get along with each other? This is what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, our kids never fight. With 6 boys, it's like a WWE wrestling match every day.
Yes.
Fighting. But, that's a real struggle as parents, is how do you keep kids from fighting. But a lot of what we've talked about goes into help creating a family structure, not running your family too ragged, keeping your family together, having some anchors in your days and your weeks that you're together as a family, like supper together, like church every week, like going to the same practices and being in the same sports every week, going to church together on Wednesdays, so you're together all the time and you're in a structure that helps. And then as parents, you just have to be leaders. A lot of parents today don't like to discipline their kids.
Yes.
Unpopular opinion. You got to whoop them. You got to whoop them. The Bible says so. And if you don't, your kids will grow up and they'll be, little rebels running around everywhere, and they're in control, and it's just not good. So you got to have discipline. You got to be a leader, and you got to control it when they start fighting and acting a fool.
Dads, this is for you. Be a leader in your home.
I'm telling you, you got to. So it's biblical, and it's the right way. And I think we've gotten too soft as a society and parents. And a lot of parents pay for that because, little Johnny's a little terror and talks back and acts a fool, gets in trouble at school, doesn't respect his teachers, his coaches, doesn't listen to the parents. I'm telling you, a good old paddling here and there, before too long, little Johnny will get in shape.
So something we've been doing literally just starting this week is I was telling him, I feel like I want our kids to love each other. I know they love each other.
Right.
I want them to be close to each other. And as they get older, I want them to have good relationships. So just this week, we, in addition to saying something you like about the person beside you, before bed, after we do our Bible reading and our prayer time, we have been making them hug each other and tell each other they love each other. This is real talk. Okay. We are really doing this. The first night was real rough.
Briley didn't like it.
Briley was like, "Can I fist bump?" And she's like, "I don't like to hug." And I get that. Like, one of my best friends does not like to hug.
Yeah.
Becky does not like hugging. She did hug me the other day. I was like, "You just hugged me." She's like, "I'm trying to get better." So, but Briley is kind of like that. I'm like, "Well, you hug me and Dad." She's like, "Yeah, but you're my mom and dad. Like, these are my brothers." Part of me was like, okay. But then we talked about it and we're like, no, like, we need to teach her to hug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, remember when we were playing kickball the other night and it got pretty competitive?
Oh, yeah. And every time.
What did Bowen do? Did he kick Baker really hard?
I think so. Something.
I was worried he broke Baker's hand. I mean, he kicked the fire out of him. You remember that?
Yes, you whooped him.
Yeah, and so just real life example, go in the house, get the old wooden spoon, and come back out and, coach Bowen up on, hey, that is unacceptable. You do not treat your brother that way. You could have really hurt him. You could have broke his hand, and I thought you did. And there's no reason for that, He
just let his anger get the best of him, which is rare for him.
It is rare, but, he got 3 swats on the butt and a coaching, and then had to go hug his brother and apologize. And that's what the discipline looks like. Yeah,
that is coaching them through that.
Yeah.
What was the question? Oh, your kids fighting. So we've been having our kids give each other, every child gives every one of their siblings a hug, and us, and tells them they love them. I think as we go, this is going to be easier and easier because it's just going to be normal.
Yeah.
It's a little bit rough in the beginning. Now, our daughter's almost 13, so like our little ones, this is going to be from them growing up. Briley's almost 13, so like it's going to be a little harder for her to get into it, but I do think it's going to be useful.
True.
So kids are going to fight. They just are. I think that, and they're siblings and they're together all the time and they're different people. But you do have to be, I think the name of everything, be intentional, teach them, coach them, make them do things that make them uncomfortable. Every time I decide I want to do an exercise for our family, there are some eye rolls. There's some hesitation. However, I think by the end of it, the kids enjoy it. You appreciate it. Just like family pictures. Most of them do, and you do not want to do them. But when they're done, they're like, these are amazing. Okay. As parents, you got to be the leader in your home, and you got to make your kids do uncomfortable things that are going to make them better and make your family unit stronger.
Yep. It's very true.
Next question. I find it hard to do hobbies for myself. I'm so busy taking care of my children. How do you find time to do hobbies for yourself as parents and individuals?
I think realistically, you probably need to reset your expectations if you're, still trying to live in a way that before you had kids.
Well, that's true.
Because when you have kids now, you don't have a lot of time for hobbies. And so, but if you're trying to constantly go back to that way of life or miss those days, I think you'll constantly be struggling with that problem.
Well, what would you say your hobbies are now?
Hobbies? I mean, I like to hunt. I like to shoot guns. I like to fish. Every once in a while, I play golf. Mm-hmm. I like to lift weights. I do that every morning, but that's kind of a hobby, but it's also exercise, I guess. So that's, important, but.
And you read?
read.
But I think, like you said, okay, going back to before kids, your hobbies are going to look different.
Yeah.
Before we had kids and it's hunting season, let's say, which is like, I don't know, 3 months of the year, you would hunt every weekend.
Right.
Now we have kids and you may hunt 4 times a season.
Right.
I don't know, maybe more this year.
And I take a kid with me.
And you take a kid with
usually.
you. Yes.
And so I don't try to say, hey babe, I'm going out of town this weekend for hunting.
It never goes well.
No. And the next weekend I'm going to go out of town for hunting.
Right.
And the next weekend I'm going to go play golf. So your habits just aren't.
You're married and you have a family now.
Hobbies,
You have
say.
to change.
Yeah. I think they have to change. Now it's still good for you every once in a while to go do something that you like, whatever your hobby is. But it can't be what it used to be before kids.
And I like that you have hobbies. I want you to like play golf and go hunt and, like you said, do your workouts, like all good things. But it can't consume you and it can't be what it used to be.
Now, I'm a business owner, so I can control my schedule more than most if you're not. So there's a lot of times that I might play golf during the day, during the week.
Yeah, most of the time that's when you play.
Right. And so I do that so I don't sacrifice any family time because the kids are at school or you're doing something. So it's like a normal day, but I might go play golf, from 9 to whatever, 2 or whatever it is. But I try to squeeze my hobbies in during the work week. And if you're an employee somewhere, maybe you take a scheduled day off during the week, and go play a round of golf or whatever your hobby is.
Yeah. For me, as a woman and as a mom of many children, I think my hobbies I have learned how to be conducive to our lifestyle. So I love walking. I would honestly like health. It's exercise, but I enjoy it.
Right.
I walked a 5K in the spring, and then some of my friends were going to walk a half marathon in a couple weeks. For me, it gives me something to have a reason to walk every day because I'm preparing for something. And then it also gives me a sense of accomplishment because I have a goal in mind and I'm going to go accomplish it. So not only is it like good for my mind, but it's good for my body.
Yeah.
So, and walking is something I literally do with the kids every day. I have 1 or 2 in a stroller all the time. And they walk with me, they ride. The kids do it with me and I can do it from our house. I'm not having to leave the kids to go do it.
Right.
So walking's a big thing for me. I love reading also. I read before bed every night. People often ask me, how do you have time to read? I read before bed every single night for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how tired I am. And then oftentimes I will read during the day if the kids are napping or if I'm sitting outside watching them play. I love reading. We both do. And another hobby, I like cooking, but that also benefits my family.
Right.
So that's a good thing. I like photography, but I do that on our ranch when we're all together and we're like riding around on the side by side and I can be taking pictures. That's fun for me. So your hobbies can change over time.
Yeah. Sometimes they have to change.
Yeah. So most of mine center around what we can do as a family with the kids that I feel good about doing as a family unit.
There you go.
Okay. So how do you keep God at the center of your family? We actually did a podcast on this. I think it was number 2, how to have a faith-centered family.
Yeah.
So go back and watch that one. Listen to that one. I think that'll be super helpful.
Yeah. I'll give you a quick answer and we'll go on to the next question. You have to build in routines. And for us, that's reading your Bible every day. We do it in the morning. Number 1. We read the Bible with the kids at night. We say a prayer. The kids go to church every Wednesday. Mm-hmm. We go to church every Sunday. Mm-hmm. Those rocks in our week that happen every single week, make it work.
And they're going to show your kids that God is most important in your life.
Yeah. Okay.
Health-wise, how do you guys find time to work out, exercise, live a healthy lifestyle? We kind of just answered a little bit of that, but why don't you say how you do that, and then I'll give my answer.
Well, for me, I've always been like a weightlifter. I love lifting weights. That's what I like to do. And for me, when we had kids, it became, which even in college, I worked out in the mornings. But again, you'll notice a common theme. I try to schedule things that aren't family
time
friendly or time when it doesn't interrupt them or it's not in a
So
time.
we're still asleep when you go work out.
Yeah, so like my alarm goes off at 5 a.m. I get up and I go to the barn of gains, that I call it. I built my own gym at home, and which allows me not to have to go to another gym, right? It's close. So I go to the gym, work out, lift weights, sit in the sauna, and then come back home. And I do that in the early morning while everybody's asleep. So it's not when I get home from work and my kids want to see me, you want to spend time with me. And I'm not like, all right, I'm going to go work out because I got to be healthy. And y'all are all just by yourself again. So I think, dads, you've got to keep that in mind and do it. You might have to suffer because I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, but I do it.
Yeah.
And that's just a sacrifice you got to make to spend more time with your family.
Yes.
So that's how I do it.
Yeah, for me, like I said, I walk every single day. Like it's rare if I don't walk during the day. I have a weighted vest that I'll wear occasionally if I just want to add a little more weight. I often push a stroller while I'm walking. I've started doing push-ups every morning. So I do like 30 to 50 push-ups. I do squats every day. I'll lift some free weights a little bit. And then I just do like some random exercises.
Yeah.
That's not a lot, but it is enough to make me feel like I'm moving my body, I'm strengthening my body, and I can do it at home with my kids. Sometimes like our 3-year-old is like on my back while I'm doing push-ups. That's just how it is. That's real life. So I think most importantly, be intentional, find a way to make it work in your schedule and just do it.
Yeah.
The way I've always looked at it is doing something is way better than doing nothing.
Absolutely.
So find something that works, that you can do, that fits in your schedule, and just do it. Like the main point of this is don't do nothing.
Right. Just do something.
Just do
Even
something.
if it's walking on your lunch break, that's at least something.
Yeah, do something to be active. God gave us our bodies to use them. And if you don't use it, you lose it.
It's true.
So don't lose your health because you won't go take a walk, do some push-ups. It does not have to take a lot of time.
Right.
You don't have to go join a gym and take 2 hours a day.
No, you don't have to do that.
No. You can, just do what you can. Turn on a YouTube video and say, I'm going to do a 20-minute workout each day. That does not take a lot of time. I started a group at church for Wednesday nights. It's a walk and talk group where we meet as a group of women and we go on about a 2.5 mile walk while our kids are in church. That's about an hour. And so we walk, we pick a topic, we talk, and we pray at the end. So you can always start a little group or join a group like that. Get your exercise in.
Yeah, that's
Feels good.
Stack 2 things, kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. For me, I was in a group that we just sat there and talked for an hour, and I have a really hard time sitting. So I'd rather be walking and be getting some exercise in.
That's good.
So we have 2 questions left. What are some go-to meals you guys like as a large family?
You can answer that one. Crock pots.
Crock pot. I don't know if that's 1 word or 2 words. Crock pot. We do the crock pot a lot because we have a lot of evening activities. So for me, I'm probably going to do crock pot tonight. I like to throw things in the crock pot either before I leave for the day, or if I'm home during the day, I might put it in the afternoon, but it's ready that evening. We're going into fall winter season, which means like soups, more hearty meals. Yum. I love thinking about cooking in my crock pot.
Yeah.
It's very easy, very cost effective too. You can make a crock pot meal for your family for like $5.
Yeah.
So,
if we go out to eat, it's about $100.
yeah. So crock pot's amazing. I'm actually really excited. I watched some Pioneer Woman YouTube videos yesterday and got some new ideas.
Yeah.
So now she does not do a lot of crock pot, but she does do like 15-minute meals.
Yeah.
So I have some new 15-minute meals.
Yeah.
So that's a really big deal. I love crock pot meals. I'm going to try to start doing more casseroles as our family grows so that I can feed us hopefully for more than just one setting, but I can have some to save. Leftovers and feed us for another.
Yeah.
So
I love the leftovers.
For grocery shopping, I had decided several years ago I was not going to walk through a grocery store every week.
Right.
It's just not worth my time. So we do Kroger right now. Just got a Sam's membership. See how that goes.
So delivery or pickup.
Yeah. my time is worth more than walking through a grocery store.
Well, and I think stats show that a lot of people save money doing it that way because
That's right.
you're not walking down an aisle and go, oh, I could use that.
Oh, for sure. Because if I go to Walmart, I may need to go for one thing and I end up with 25 things.
$500 later, your buggy's full. And,
right.
Yeah. Where if you just pick and choose on the app, you're only buying what you need or what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
So you can save some money that way too.
And if you're a person that enjoys grocery shopping and you can save your family money because you like coupon shop and all that, like power to you.
Right.
I sometimes I wish that was me, but it's not me. So I like to save time. And that's how I like to shop. So crock pot as much as you can, make casseroles, use, what's that skillet I like to use?
The cast iron skillet?
I love a cast iron skillet. It just cooks everything really well. We do a lot of eggs, bacon, and either biscuits or toast. Mm-hmm. We do breakfast for supper a lot. I think it's easy, it's yummy, you get your protein in, and everybody likes it.
And we eat a lot of our ground beef that we get off the ranch.
Plug to ground beef from the Y'all Are Crazy Ranch.
If you want to buy some ground beef, holler at us. But we eat a lot of ground beef off the ranch.
Well, and obviously spaghetti and tacos are big for us.
Or whatever, tacos. We make a lot of stuff with the ground beef.
Benaya's been begging me to make taco soup again, so I better do that soon.
Yeah.
So those are some of my staples. I also make a lot of homemade cookies at least once a week.
That's a problem. But,
is it though? I don't.
Is.
I mean, maybe
it works against my gains because I can't.
But it is delicious. And for me, I grew up with my mom making cookies, and I have good memories of that. I already have. I mean, our kids are always going to remember my cookies.
Yeah.
I want to create that memory for them, and they're the best. Like they're so much better than store bought.
They're good.
And lately, I've been making pumpkin muffins. So pumpkin muffins are delicious also. So that's kind of our staples. Last question. What books are you guys reading that you enjoy? We already kind of said how we find time to read. What books are you reading that you like?
I mean, right now I'm reading a book by Joel Salatin. It's, I forget the title, but it's something like Growing Your Farm Business. Very standard. Yeah. And so I try to read right now. Me and our ranch manager, John, we read and I buy the books and we read and talk through them together. And we'll switch back and forth between like a ranching book or a self-help or personal development book. And so right now we're reading a book on ranching by Joel Salatin. So we both read our Bible recaps every morning. If you don't have the Bible recap, highly recommend you get it. You can get it at Mardell, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can read it every single day. We both read our Bibles. We both devotional. Like that's how we start our day. Yeah. As far as reading what I'm reading, I am really liking Joyce Meyer books right now. She's teaching me, helping me grow spiritually. And I love, like I've said before, Christian fiction, specifically historical fiction. I am starting a new Karen Kingsbury book right now I'm really excited about. She's one of my favorite authors, and hers is modern day fiction, if you will, but it's all Christian based. So favorite authors, Karen Kingsbury, Lynn Austin, Francine Rivers. Those are my top threes. So if you need a good author, I love those. Yeah. And I think me and John had just finished reading Win the Day by Mark Batterson. Mark Batterson's amazing. A personal growth kind of book. And then now we're into a ranching book. But I would say this, I think I've got about 400 books in my library right now. And, I learned a long time ago, I was listening to Jim Rohn speak on one of his MP3 files, and he said, I can come into a man's house and tell all I need to know about him, like from a success standpoint, by comparing the size of his library to the size of his TV. I was like, man, that's pretty powerful. Well, and I want to take that a step further. Your kids' library should be bigger than their video game collection. Whatever you want to say. Have video games, but our kids don't have video games. Kind of the point. But that's the point. Like, it should be bigger than whatever you want to say. Their movie collection, your Netflix queue. Your book collection should be bigger. Yeah, and so I'll give you a hot tip on that. Anytime I come across a book or an idea, or somebody recommends a book, maybe it's on a podcast or a YouTube video, or it's in a book and an author recommends a couple others, I'll usually go buy it. And I buy a whole lot of used books.
Yes, we love
Better. You don't have to buy new.
It's Better World Books is the website.
Betterworldbooks.com, thriftbooks.com, Abe, like ABE books.com, sometimes Amazon. And I'll go out there and try to find a used book, and usually I can get them for $3 to $5.
And sometimes you can go to your local coffee shop and they have used books for sale.
Yeah.
And we've gotten several books that way, and it's fun to support them.
I hear people say, "Oh, I can't afford the books," and a lot of times I'm like, "Well, you can't afford not to have the books because you don't have the knowledge. You need to have the knowledge, and it'll help you make money or get better."
I used to loan books out, and I don't anymore because they never get returned to you.
They don't.
So buy your own books. Like, make that investment. If you're a business owner, you have an LLC, that's a business write-off.
Yeah, and you don't have to buy the $20 brand new hardbacks. Like I said, you can go find the $5 used copies. They might have some underlining already in them and stuff like that. But hey, somebody's already done some of the hard work for you.
Yeah, we love reading. We recommend it so much. We're both big believers in reading.
Right.
So, okay, we wrapped up our questions. So,
good questions.
2 weeks of Q&A. Love it. So, thank you guys for submitting those. Thanks for asking questions. We hope we helped you.
Till next time.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.